We all set?
Yep.
Good evening. Welcome to the September 9th, 2025 Murraysville Planning Commission meeting. Will you please all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. None of you are old enough to remember in grade school when you started out, you said the Pledge of Allegiance, and then you said the Lord's Prayer. But that went away after a couple of years. Okay, we have minutes from August the 12th. Any comments or corrections to the minutes? Oh, did anybody read the minutes?
I did, actually.
Okay, all right. Have a motion?
I will recommend approval as is.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. We have a period for public comment on the agenda. Does anyone have anything they wish?
Roll call.
Oh, excuse me. I'm getting ahead of myself. Patty, you want to take the roll?
Mr. Midal?
Here.
Mr. Kearns?
Here.
Mr. Patrick? Mr. Olszewski? Mr. Lemke?
Here.
Mr. Levecki?
Here.
Mrs. Hoy? Mrs. Ling?
Present.
Thank you. We have a period for public comment on the agenda. Does anyone have anything they wish to bring to the attention of the Planning Commission that is not on the agenda this evening? No? Okay. New business. This is a discussion recommendation for SP 425, corporation expansion at 1001 Corporate Lane, a major land development application to construct a 7,700 square foot building expansion. This is in the B zoning district. Mr. Altmeyer, are you representing the applicant?
Yes, I am. Thank you. My name is Brian Almader with the firm of Farringer McCurdy Gray. This evening with me today from the CSE Corporation is Tom Johnston and Dennis O'Hara from Guardian Construction Management Services, if we have any questions of the owner or the contractor.
Okay.
If I may, I'll just quickly go through, you basically summarize what we're doing here. This is for a site plan approval at 1001 Corporate Lane, the CSE Corporation, for approximately 7,800 square foot freestanding building adjacent to their existing building at the site. Do you mind calling up maybe, I brought or had some exhibits sent over just to give some orientation of where this is. While he's bringing it up, it's in Zone B, as Mr. Maital mentioned. There's an existing approximately 60,000 square foot building on the property with about 100 parking spaces. What's on your screen now is the tax map image, clouded in red. There's actually two tax parcels associated with this application. There's a small triangle to the upper left, and then the bulk of the property, 4921-00085 and 75, totaling about 5.2 acres of ground. If we want to go to the next slide, please. This is the existing conditions generally of where the addition is going to go. It's on the left-hand side of the building. Currently, there's pavement and some minor loading areas at this facility, at the site. They're proposing, if we go to the next slide, please, to construct, as you can see, the addition on the end, slightly off the end of the building, 7,800 square foot. The purpose of this building is to process potassium metal to create potassium superoxide, KO2, sorry. And basically what that does is it's a controlled reaction process to create commonly used KO2 for life support systems such as essential to create oxygen in submarines and space centers or other medical fields. It is in a controlled environment, very, airtight, solid, tightly controlled building. That's why they're putting it in a separate building. Looks like they're going to have about 6 more employees, so there's a total of 6 more additional parking spaces. Currently, from the owner, they have about 60 spaces needed now out of the 100 that are on the site, so we have more than enough for this small addition, and no new loading or truck demands for this particular facility. Stormwater management, there's no new impervious area. Everything will drain to the existing detention facility on the left-hand side of the image here into an existing facility. The erosion control plans have been submitted to the Westmoreland Conservation District. It's less than an acre of disturbance. Really, we're digging the foundations and repaving in front of the building addition. But we did submit to the Conservation District for a non-NPDES erosion control plan approval. Sewage facilities planning, this process will generate some wastewater, approximately 1,200 gallons per day, or 3 EDUs. That has been submitted to FTMSA for their review and approval. Landscaping, one of the items that we just submitted this morning was a waiver of the landscaping requirements. The disturbed area, again, is very minor. In order to create this pad for this additional building, any disturbed area will be seeded with lawn seeding and properly stabilized. The waiver request justification for that is really Boyd Avenue, which is the street on the lower side, is about 20 feet lower than the existing parking lot, and it's fenced right at the edge of the parking lot. So there's really not a lot of room, or any room, because it's basically a 2-to-1 slope or steeper coming down toward Boyd. And you really can't see the parking from Boyd Avenue as you're driving by the site. In addition, the vegetation to the left or the north, existing vegetation along that property line is fairly thick, both low-growing as well as deciduous trees. And I have some pictures we can share with you if you would like to show those. And the surrounding areas to the south, to the east, to the north, they're all part of the industrial park, and there's really not a lot of landscaping or buffering would be needed between the various uses in this particular industrial park. We received comments from staff toward the end of July. We responded to those comments. Additional comments were provided on August 15th. We also responded to those. Most of those were cleanup items, such as sealing the drawings with a professional seal, FTMSA coordination, as I mentioned, we're going through that now, the landscaping waiver, and then the building design in terms of fire suppression and those types of things, which would obviously fall under the building permit process. So if you have any questions, I'd certainly be happy to entertain it.
Brian, it's probably not for you, but is your client talking to the local fire department regarding the hazardous material that you're generating, the KO2?
Yeah, I believe one of the comments was fire access, and I'm not sure whether the staff reaches out to the fire chief to talk about that type of aspect, but specifically related to the processes here, we can certainly do that if it pleases the Planning Commission.
Well, from what I gather, you don't want somebody opening up the door and spraying a bunch of water in there.
Probably not appropriate in that location,
right.
yes.
Yeah. So is there any kind of warning signs that are put up on the entranceways or anything?
If you'd like, Tom.
Sure. There would be the appropriate warning signs. From the fire department perspective, this is a material that we do use today, and they are familiar with it. They've been to the facility, have done many walkthroughs with us,
Okay.
Understand where we keep it in its location and the quantities we keep it in. The desire here in this case is the uniqueness of the product and what it's used for. Mm-hmm. It's a rather niche product, and there's probably 3 places in the world that manufacture it today. So our desire is to manufacture it ourselves for our use, and then we use it in our closed circuit escape respirators. So it's generating life-saving oxygen to underground miners, underground tunneling construction operators throughout the world. Common technology utilized in some of our competitors, such as Drager, MSA, all using similar technology to what we're proposing here.
Is that CSE's primary product?
So CSC, it's one of the largest. So the potassium superoxide generates oxygen in what we call a closed-circuit escape respirator. So a individual in the mine would don that in immediately dangerous to life and health atmosphere, and they would breathe through it. It would scrub the carbon dioxide. The KO2 scrubs the carbon dioxide, generates the oxygen, and allows that to be breathed back through. And we sell those globally. It's regulated by NIOSH, so it's a NIOSH-approved product. And then we also have certifications around the world for other agencies.
Okay, thank you. Gentlemen, ladies, any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I'm not super familiar with your corporation, but I think it's wonderful you're doing something like this. My question is, do you have, and again, I'm just totally ignorant of
That's
your,
okay.
of your
Yep.
corporation. Do you have expansion producing this material already, or is this something new that you're going to be doing?
This would be something new. So we purchased the finished product today from overseas. In this expansion, what we would do is we would procure the potassium metal from, and actually a company right here in the Cranberry area, Ascensus Materials, and then we would control that reaction to produce the potassium superoxide.
Okay. I guess this is more of like a council question. I'm sorry, I kind of
No, that's
ahead
okay.
ahead of myself a little bit. So being that you don't have any experience with this, who are you bringing in to help you with this? Because this material is highly explosive.
Perfect
Two of its
question.
byproducts are
Right.
even more explosive. And my other question, sorry, is why you decided to have the building adjacent rather than offsetting it somewhat, being that it is a volatile material.
So, perfect question. So for the process, we're utilizing a company called Creative Engineers in Pennsylvania. They're in Pennsylvania and Maryland. They are the leading experts in alkali metal technology. So all the equipment, all the specifications, how we handle the process from front to end has been designed by them with my input. I do have a chemical engineering background as well. So everything that we've talked about from the potassium metal, how to handle it safely, how to react it safely, is all through their designs as industry experts on alkali metals.
Two questions that are kind of related. It looks like that area behind this building was used for loading and unloading previously.
So there is some loading dock area there, but it's not active.
Okay.
Yeah, the active loading dock is
In the front.
actually in front and to the side.
Okay. And there's enough room there for truck movements without this turnaround?
Yeah, they're generally not in that area at all for normal truck operations. Right now, that's mostly maintenance storage.
Brian, your site plan says loading docks, and it's just a big rectangle there. That's not a building, that's just,
It's not really docks either.
it's really
that-
just
that
the
grade.
space that
Yeah.
you've allocated. What's
Right.
the rough dimensions of that, do you know?
Off the top of my head, about 120 feet wide in front of the proposed addition, and approximately 104 in the opposite, in the 104.
104, okay. All right,
The 120 round number side to side, and 104 from the front to the front edge of the parking space, actually.
okay. Michael, Emily, well, from what I understand, this would be contingent upon getting FTMSA approval, the Soil Conservation Service for the ENS plan, council agreeing to the modification of waiver for the landscaping. Is there anything else? I didn't see anything else in the briefing.
I think the only other remaining thing was the copy of the easement agreement for FTMSA as well. I don't know if that involves part of the planning module for you, but.
We're looking at that now. There is a possibility of actually not needing the easement and possibly going through the building, so we're in the process of getting that resolved. But yes.
That's it?
That's all.
Any other questions? If not, can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we recommend approval of SP-4-25 with the conditions that they meet FTMSA requirements and approval. That we would also recommend approval of the landscaping waiver and
Soil conservation.
the soil conservation district approval as well.
Move second. Any questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Next item is SP 525 MAWC Water Tower. This is off of Lions Run Road. It's a major land development application to construct a water storage tank, and this is in an RR zone. Gentlemen, could you
Evening.
identify yourselves, please?
My name is Chris Wharton with Gibson Thomas Engineering.
And Doug Seiler, also at Gibson Thomas.
Okay. Could you give us a rundown on what you're doing?
Yes. So we're here representing MAWC. We're proposing to construct a new 2.4 million gallon water storage tank. That would be adjacent to the existing 5 million gallon tank on their 4-acre property that they own. You did mention this was the rural residential, so we're requesting the essential service tank to be put on that site. The main reason we are doing this is a 5 million gallon tank is a lot of storage for the authority. The existing tank was constructed approximately in 1980. It needs to be rehabbed. So it needs to be taken out of service for approximately 3 months to be rehabilitated. So by taking that tank out of service, that is a lot of storage going that wouldn't be allowed to be used. That also would have effect on fire flow in the area, so the authority is going to construct a new tank to allow that existing tank to be taken out of service to do the rehab on that. So that is the main driving force of why we're doing it.
The existing tank's concrete, is it not?
Yes. Yes, it's the existing tank's concrete. The proposed tank will be concrete as well.
And you're going to keep them both in service once you do the rehab work?
Yes, that is additional storage for the area once it is constructed, but the main reason is for the rehab. So the proposed tank will be about 98 feet in diameter. We have designed the stormwater pond. Doug here with me did do the design of that pond. We've also requested 2 waivers for this application, one being the landscape plan being sealed by an architect. The landscape we have proposed for this is all in the bioretention pond for the stormwater control. It's all low-level shrubs, and they're not invasive to the Murraysville area. They're under the PA Stormwater BMP manual for acceptable in Pennsylvania. So one of the waivers that we did request was have it be sealed by the stormwater engineer in lieu of a landscape architect, being that is what we are proposing for the landscape plan for this. Everything else on the site will just be reseeded and back to grass as the existing conditions.
Is there existing tree vegetation around the site?
Yes, there is existing tree vegetation around the site. Obviously, I did not know to bring a copy of the GIS tax map for this. I don't know, are you guys able to bring up
Let me clarify. So there is existing vegetation, trees around the site, but the construction of the tank will not result in any tree removal.
Yes.
It's all in open grass.
Yeah, that's open land there, right?
Yeah, so when this was originally constructed back in 1980, it was all left open. The proposed site for this tank was left open for the proposed tank. It was designed, they did geotech back in the day for when they would eventually expand. They are now proposing to expand that area. And then the other waiver that we are requesting on this is the amenities bond, which is 110% of the private stormwater facility. We're requesting this project was bid out. It was awarded to DN Tanks, and MAWC has a performance bond for the entire construction of this project. The entire construction of this project is $3.45 million. The cost of the pond is approximately $150,000 to $200,000. So we feel that that performance bond exceeds what would be required for the amenities bond requirement.
Is the tank contractor responsible for the stormwater pond?
Yes, it is one contract. They're responsible for the entire contract, which I stated is $3.45 million. And as you can see there from the tax map that they just brought up, it is a tree cover around the entire property. We're proposing to put this adjacent to that one there, and then there will be a stormwater pond in between the two facilities for the additional runoff.
Have you supplied a copy of that to staff, the performance bond?
Yes. So we received comments about a week and a half ago. I addressed all of the comments last Thursday, had submitted everything to the staff, and submitted the waivers last Wednesday, the waiver requests last Wednesday. I believe they have everything that they need. If there's anything outstanding, we'd be happy to provide that prior to the next meeting. If there's any questions from anybody, if there's anything else additional that you think I'm missing or that we haven't presented, I'd be happy to answer any questions on this.
Well, I see on the original tank, I think the overflow line is picked up somewhere. I thought I saw that. The tank overflow.
So, yeah, are you able to bring up the site plan for the land development?
You have a pointer thing?
I don't.
Em, you got one?
Maybe.
It's blinking.
You want this one? Did it start working?
Okay, I got it.
Where'd it go? Okay.
All right, so the existing overflow is right here. The drain line for this would be here. So the proposed tank will drain into this pond. The stormwater control's there, and then we tie the discharge of the stormwater pond into the existing drain line from the existing tank. And that was one of the comments that were addressed to us about the conveyance capacity of that 16-inch line that goes down through here. We have the ability to drain the tank whenever we want. We will obviously not be draining it during a storm event, 2,500-year storm. The tank will be taken out of service maybe once or twice a year just to do maintenance. As I said, the whole purpose of this is to do the rehab of the tank. Once we construct a new tank, get that in service, we will plan around when we drain the existing tank to get that.
Okay, so the overflow from the new tank, the overflow line up top, it goes into the bioretention pond.
Yeah, so it'll go to the trench that is around the tank, and then it'll be drained into the pond.
Well, that is just the runoff from the roof of the new tank. It goes into the bioretention pond.
I'm talking about an overflow
The
line.
overflow that goes into the drain line. Is that right?
Yeah, sorry, my mistake,
Yeah,
yes.
down to the-
It goes into the,
position down there.
yeah, it goes into the drain line. So we have the inlet going into the tank, and then the overflow would be directed to the drain line.
Okay, because I didn't see on the plans where the overflow line was from the tank itself, not from the roof.
Yeah, the overflow line, you can see about in the 6 o'clock position on the new tank down there. Tees down into the existing drain line.
So unfortunately on this site plan, I do not show the overflow line. This is the inlet going into it. I would have to show that.
That's,
So,
yeah,
okay.
I think you should show that.
Okay, I can absolutely show that tying into that drain line.
I mean, I'm surprised your contract plans didn't show that. I hope somewhere in the contract plans it shows that, so that you don't get stuck with an extra.
Make sure that gets on there. That 16-inch drain line runs parallel along that lower property edge toward the existing access road and kind of follows the existing access road down, and it discharges into tributary to Lions Run Road, or Lions Run.
Is it, yeah, I couldn't tell where it goes from off of the gravel access drive. Does it go someplace?
It kind of peels away off of that, kind of follows Lions Run Road a little bit before it intercepts with a stream.
Is there a natural,
There's a natural waterway down there. We have, one of the pictures shows the off-site discharge flow path It's a larger view, so we could see the whole line with the way it travels down. There's actually a photo in that image. I think it's the last page on the PCSM plans anyway. Shows a photo of there's a little, actually an end wall where that drain line discharges from, and it's right into that stream. And that stream's perennial flow.
It goes directly into Lions Run.
Yeah, well, I think that's a tributary to Lions Run right there.
Okay. All right, so that's it there.
Yeah. See the photo on the top left kind of shows that the end wall where the existing drain goes now.
The drain, yeah, goes down there through down that way.
Okay, have you submitted this to the Conservation District?
Yes.
We got any response from them?
We have our MPDS permit for this. And,
Okay.
the PCSM plan has also been recorded after the permit was issued.
Can you go back to the land development plan real quick? I did want to point one other thing out. So, okay, this is the inlet line is right to here, going from the main line to that. There's a T into this that goes to the drain line.
It's
So,
the same line from that valve
yes,
cluster,
so
correct?
yeah,
It-
so the
it-
valve
that
cluster,
portion.
we can shut the tank off and drain it this way, but the actual overflow would go into that trench. We don't anticipate it being overflowed. I mean, they have all their SCADA systems. Do you want to see it tied into the drain line? Is that?
Oh, I just wondered, because I did not see where the overflow line
Well, I
went.
think this line serves as both of them. That's probably why it was confusing.
Yeah.
right? The feeder and the overflow.
so, yeah,
For-
that-
For that short distance.
Yes, okay, that's
So the
that's
drain
fine.
line is there, the overflow, the little bit that it would overflow would just go into the stormwater trench and be directed out that way.
Okay, all right. Emily, Mike, any issues here?
I think he went over both of them. It was just the waiver for the.
So the only thing that they'd be doing is requesting a waiver from council on the sealing of the detention pond vegetation?
And the amenities bond, so that we
And-
don't require one. The amenities bond, that we require one if they have their own.
Well, you
You're going to
could,
supply that in lieu.
it can furnish that,
Correct.
what they already have.
Yeah, we would furnish this performance bond, which we have.
Okay. Boys and girls, any questions?
No?
Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve SP-5-25 with the stated waiver for the seal of the landscape architect, and what was the second one?
Providing the copy of the bond for the,
Providing a copy of the bond for the amenities bond.
Second.
move second, any questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for not walking off with that.
Okay, the last thing is old business, which is the Z225, the Murraysville Enterprises rezoning, which was a request to rezone 3 acres of land along Hills Church Road from public land to R2 medium density. Now, we got a whole bunch of stuff in our Dropbox, minutes and whatnot of what is the staff's conclusion on this?
You did request a opinion from the solicitor. We have not received that yet. We have not found anything new since last meeting, so we're kind of in the same space we were a month ago.
But the essence of what we were presented with last time was that the I guess the Planning Commission, the Parks Commission, and it seemed like there was sort of a paper trail saying that this was supposed to be a green or open space area. Is that not correct?
Yeah, there was discussion for the Fairfield plan, which is kind of across the street. This Lot 14 was offered up as green space instead of anything within the Fairfield plan. But we cannot find any deed of dedication. There's no ordinance accepting it. I pulled the deed where Murraysville accepted the stormwater pond for Fairfield Plan just to see if it was wrapped in, and it's not in there. So if it was to be dedicated, it was never fully completed.
So who's been paying taxes on it? Sir, could you please
Yeah.
come up and use the microphone, please?
Good evening. Ron Weaver for Murraysville Enterprises. Sort of the bottom of the funnel with that question is Murraysville Enterprises owns the property. Murraysville Enterprises has been paying taxes on the property. Murraysville Enterprises has the deed to that property.
Okay.
And we're simply, all this sort of came about, we're in the process of selling off some remaining lots to close out an estate of one of the business partners from Murraysville Enterprises. And it came up doing our due diligence, researching the properties, that this property is zoned PL, public lands, but yet it is owned by a private business, which seems to be mutually exclusive based upon the zoning description of public lands within the municipality.
It would appear to me that this is sort of a legal quagmire, and it's sort of beyond the scope and recommendation powers of the Planning Commission. That's just my personal thoughts. I mean,
I agree without the input from the solicitor.
yeah.
Emily, did you guys find anything in the minutes where this thing got rezoned to public land?
Mike kind of took this one, so.
Yeah, nothing, I actually dug through the many meetings from the rezoning in, 2004, 2005. It's never brought up specifically. There was a lot of discussion of public land, what should be public land, but they never really hit on any specific parcels that they were talking about. And like I said, there's no deeds, there's no nothing that ever turns this over. All we're kind of going off of our Parks Commission, Parks Commission minutes, Planning Commission minutes, and council minutes.
Thank you.
Question maybe the council can't address is, if it is zoned as public lands, as a private entity, are we permitted to sell it outright?
You know,
Right, because I mean, obviously, as a property owner, you have two rights, right to sell and a right to exclude. It is zoned as public lands, which prohibits the right to exclude, which de facto would leave us the right to sell. And if we're being denied both, that's problematic.
it is, and it's unfortunate that the municipality did not carry through on getting this recorded years ago, and you've been paying taxes on something that maybe you shouldn't have, and you just found this out, of course, and
Yes.
So I think it's beyond this body's knowledge or expertise to make a judgment call on this one. I don't know how to. I wouldn't even know how to recommend this. It's of course you always side with the intent of what the record shows, that it was supposed to be green space or open space or whatever. But I don't know, you've been paying taxes on it. I don't know whether there's some equitable arrangement on this or not. And that's-
Equitable compensation, yeah.
No.
You said the deed is in Murraysville Enterprises.
Correct.
Is that from the original deed from before any of the development took place? Or was it deeded again after 2004?
No, it was from the original purchase, right? In the 70s, or whenever the development plan was.
Yeah, there's one in the 70s, and then it looks like maybe it was called Murraysville Associates at
Went
one
from
point.
Murraysville Associates to
Yeah.
Murraysville Enterprises.
So there's a
one of the
deed.
Previous partners, yeah.
Going from Murraysville Associates to
changing the
Murraysville
name.
Enterprises, yeah.
So you-
That's 1987.
Okay.
So it was originally one large piece of ground under Murraysville, whatever, and then it was subdivided, and this is the remainder off of that, and that's,
Flag lot, yeah.
yeah.
And our hope, ultimately, our goal is to sell the property, the zoning is prohibiting doing that, I think we would hope that one of the neighbors would make an offer to purchase it and add it on to their acreage.
I understood.
We have no intent of developing it ourselves.
Just looking to recoup. Gentlemen, what do you want to do here? I'm going to make a motion to to refer this. Well, I don't see dragging everybody back here to before the planning commission. You know, what are we going to do with this? Ultimately, it's before council and the solicitor, and I would just say, you know, we punt. I don't know what else to say.
Ultimately, I think I would side with whatever the solicitor's opinion was on the matter. That's,
Yeah.
Can we punt?
Yeah, I think we forward this on up to council and the solicitor, and they have to deal with it. I don't think we're gonna recommend rezoning it without any input.
I mean, respectfully, we've been waiting a month already for the solicitor's opinion, and this is the last piece to settle an estate, so I'm not sure how quickly that process could evolve.
Well, this is such a unique situation that you're going to have to. I think you're going to have to bear with the municipality till they can get their heads around it as to what's the correct thing to do.
yeah, I mean, I think it's been sitting there like this for how long? 22 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
89.
There would be another
More?
public hearing anyways. We would need the 30 days advertising window, so we probably wouldn't be on a council meeting till October 14th, I think. Is that?
Well, I really think that what you need to do is the solicitor and council has to decide, okay, what do we want to do with this? Are you gonna argue that this is public land or was intended to be dedicated as green or open space? If you're gonna stick with that position, then I'm sure they would appeal it to, and it's gonna end up in court anyway, unless you can come up with some equitable deal on this. And then you can, you know, maybe if some equitable way of working this out can be done, then maybe there's no need to rezone the property.
Or you have a,
I wouldn't schedule any public hearing until we got all this other stuff sorted out. Although, rezoning requests that are legislative matter, there's no time waiver involved with that. They can take forever, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so. So all in favor of just recommending this to the solicitor and council for disposition?
I second that position.
Moved, seconded.
aye.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Sorry to drag you out here, but, you know, it's a unique situation.
We appreciate the uniqueness of the situation, just want to make sure that it gets traction and keeps moving forward.
You know, what you might want to do, Mike, in some of these, digging through these minutes, find out who said what from the Murraysville, whoever was there representing the.
I can pull that up right
at the
now.
time.
It was.
Who did?
Mr. Kress?
Jim Kress, I think he's underground right now.
Yeah, he's deceased.
Mr. James Kress of Murraysville Enterprises was the one who presented the plan at all the meetings.
He's not a
Okay,
credible witness at this point,
no,
unfortunately.
okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other business, Michael, Emily?
Not tonight.
If you maybe go down on the street corner, hold up a sign, rezoning, subdivisions. Do we hear anything from the car wash people? The Drake guy?
In terms of what?
Are they advancing with the project?
Yeah, they were up for discussion last week at the council meeting. I think they'll be on the agenda for,
Oh, okay, so they haven't been approved by council
not
yet?
yet.
Okay. All right, anything else? Gentlemen, can I have a motion
make
to
a
adjourn? Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you all.